Alright everybody, today we're going to be ranking BoardGameGeek's top 100 board games. They have a whole list of all their top board games, and all their board games, they rank and stack them, and we're going to be looking at them. But first we're going to look at those that just barely don't make the list. So at 101 Scout, Teotihuacan, Concordia Venus, Beyond the Sun, that's on Board Game Arena, played that. Through the Ages, Story of Civilization, there's a number two of that one that does make the list. Dominant Species, one of the first games that I bought. Seven Wonders, didn't realize how big I'd be into that game. Seven Wonders Duel is just amazing. Or get into the Seven Wonders IP, I guess, and with the duel that came out. Final Girl, Search for Planet X, Voidfall, Robinson Crusoe, Voyages of Marco Polo. So sad that doesn't make it on the list. Such a great game. Um, and yeah, so Splendor Duel, Decrypto, Tricerion, Finish, Arcs, Battlestar Galactica. Played that, really liked that. Kind of takes long, but I love that trader mechanism. Carnegie, Architects of the West Kingdom, good things about that one. Any of the games from Architects or Paladins or all those, they're great. Okay, Quest for El Dorado, I want to play that one. It's like a deck builder, but it's a race. I'm okay with deck building if it combines something really useful or really unique. Tainted Grail, bought it, realized I'd never play it, sold it, but I wish I could have played that. Dwellings of Elder Vale, I heard that was a project. Keyflower, so sad that doesn't make the list, but it's on Board Game Arena, a great one, very great one. Tigers and Euphrates on Board Game Arena, great one to play. Friend me on Board Game Arena and play one of those two with me, please. Raiders of the North Sea, that company does great things. Like I said, Dominion Intrigue, Raw, Raw, this new version of Raw. That's pretty cool cover. I played the old version. I own the new version. Nemesis Lockdown, Kalis, Troyes, Lorenzo Il Magnifico. Bought that with a bunch of other dice placement games, and still need to try that one out to see where it falls in the good dice placement ones. Marco Polo, best. Um, and too bad Marco Polo doesn't make it. But like I said, friend me on Board Game Arena and play that with me. Mombasa, that was a really fun one. I played that one once. Eldritch Horror, I think I played Arkham Horror. That took a while. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Lord of the Rings, Journey of Middle Earth, Age of Steam, Wonderlands War, Wormspan. That came out in 2024. Perhaps it's going up. I don't know if it's ever been in the top 100, but that would be interesting to see where it ends up going. It shows you the dates on them. Russian Railroads. I remember playing this one with my wife, and well, she came to the party late, so she just played with me. And it was just, we wiped the floor with everyone because she was paying attention to one thing and I was able to pay attention to the other. And like we do in our marriage, I just divide and conquer. And everybody at the table was like, it seems like cheating. But we just crushed everyone with that. Aeon's End, War Eternal, Hansa Teutonica, Vinhos Deluxe Edition. Okay, I never played that. But Rising Sun. Rising Sun, I bought two copies, sold one of them for as much as it cost for both of them. It just, Rising Sun is an amazing game, and it held its worth. People like it. I love it. The problem is, it's just such a niche type of game. It's like this diplomacy style game that got the Eric Lang treatment to diplomacy, kind of like how like a territory control war game. Maybe Risk got um, the Eric Lang treatment, and out came Blood Rage. So Seventh Continent, yeah, kind of like some of those big long games. I never end up fully being able to play, but yeah, I realize the games that I enjoy. Forbidden Star is kind of like one of those. Yeah, I realize the games that I enjoy. I realize the games that I have time to play, and that is going to lead us into the rest of this video, where I'm going to talk to you all about the board games that did make the top 100 list. So, without further ado, 5 minutes into the video, we will go through top 100 board games, starting with the first, number one, Brass Birmingham. Okay, so Brass Birmingham, I played. Um, Went into it thinking it's going to be the best game ever. Everybody thought it was so great when it first came out. They're like, "Oh yeah, we remember the original Brass." I don't think I played the original Brass unless it was on Board Game Arena. It got taken off. I don't know, but I have played it and I did not like it. Sorry, I didn't like it very much. Um, couldn't even finish the game. Maybe if I finished the game, I would have liked it more, but it was just so terrible experience. Um, that was like I built up my whole stuff, and then halfway through the game, they said, "All right, now we deteriorate some of those things, and people can use your resources." Like this is just bonkers. I was not ready for people using my resources, and supposed to be happy with them using my resources, and then I wasn't happy with them destroying everything that I built halfway through the game as a mechanism. It's like if wasn't feeling it, wasn't prepared for it. It's kind of like if somebody didn't tell you that Wingspan was only 4 rounds, and then partway through it, you say, "Oh shoot, I wanted more time to build my engine. Nope, the game's over right now." So part of it, I do recognize I wasn't prepared for it. I'd like to give it another shot, but just the general feeling as I played it was an F tier. All right, Pandemic Legacy Season 1. I played that. I played all 12 games of it, or even more, I think, because we lost a couple. And so maybe I played like 16 games of it. So lost like 4. But yeah, Pandemic Legacy Season 1, really great one. I'd put it at A tier for sure. Yeah, A tier definitely. And then that we're looking at Arc Nova. So Arc Nova, I would say that's another A tier. That up at A tier. Okay. Next up, Gloomhaven. Ooh, you guys already know that I don't like Gloom. Watched this channel before. Just I've gone on too many rants about it. Not gonna do that here. Twilight Imperium, I haven't played. There's gonna be like a quarter of these that I haven't played. So that's just how it goes. I think not every board gamer can play every board game in the top 100, but I still consider myself a board gamer, and I think this is going to be a useful list for people if they like similar games that I like. So Dune, haven't played it. Terraforming Mars. That one is my favorite game currently and has been since 2017, maybe 2016. Love it. All right. War of the Ring. So War of the Ring, have not played it yet. Star Wars Rebellion. This is one of 2 games that I loved so much I stayed up all night playing. The other one is coming up. So I think now we're down to here. So Star Wars Rebellion. Next, Spirit Island. Haven't played it yet. Would like to play it. I like co-ops. Heard it's pretty complex co-op. Dune Uprising. Haven't played it yet. I haven't played really any of the Dune stuff. Watched the movie. Didn't like the movie. Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. Haven't played it, so can't rate it. But if it's anything like Gloomhaven, just make it into a computer game and play that. Not meant to be a board. Gaia Project. Gaia Project, I would say I didn't really understand too much of what I was doing in that. That one was pretty complex, and I think maybe C tier or D tier, maybe. Yeah, didn't love it, so I don't know. Right here. So next up, maybe even E tier. I just I didn't like Terra Mystica, and so Gaia Project wasn't much better. In fact, it may have been worse. I don't know. Next up, Twilight Struggle. So Twilight Struggle is almost A tier. Put it in B tier, just because the A tier is getting like really good. I'm seeing. So then Twilight Struggle is not up there with these 3 cats. Through the Ages, another one that has that I have stayed up all night for, and that one I legitimately stayed up all night for and had to. Like it was just even with it was new players, but we just could not finish it. Star Wars Rebellion, that was just a time when we'd started it late, I think. And, took till like 5 hours, 11 to 4 a.m. in the morning, and packing it up, saying goodbye, and then going into work early. And yeah, that was a tough day at work that day. Through the Ages, similar, like tough day at work. Castles are of Burgundy. I've played it on Board Game Arena, but I don't want to rate it because I don't know how it would be in real life. I have the feeling it's very fun. I just haven't figured out all the pieces with it, so I'll put it in the haven't played it yet. Even though you might look at my Board Game Arena log and you'll see that I have done it. Great Western Trail, sure, maybe like a C tier. Like it's not as good as Twilight Struggle, so I either put it in the B tier or lower, but I don't want to like put it too high up, but also don't want to like poo-poo on it because it was a very enjoyable experience when I played. I would just rather use my time to play a longer game, Struggle, or any of these other titles above. So you're noticing the S through B tier are some pretty long games. Also a C tier, pretty long game. All of these games on here are going to be kind of more heavyweight, just because Board Game Geek they like the heavy games. Eclipse. Ooh, okay, so this might be a different version of Eclipse. Second Dawn, haven't played it. Next up, we've got Scythe. Scythe, I love Scythe. Scythe's a great game. It's gonna be B or A. That's just such a great one. I think I will put it in A tier. You know, just behind Through the Ages. Seven Wonders Duel. We'll put that in S tier because that's just an amazing game. Really enjoy Seven Wonders Duel. And I'm actually kind of good at it. Like probably better than most of these other games. If I were to go into a competition in any of them, I would say put me in for Seven Wonders Duel. Doesn't mean that I'd win, but I'm gonna go through put Brass Lancashire and Frosthaven all in the haven't played, Nemesis in the haven't played. I did play a game of this Legacy Clank and thought it was all right. I think Clank's all right. I don't like deck builders, but it's an okay deck builder. Beast for Odin. Beast for Odin, I would say that's gonna be probably A tier. Let me like just above Scythe, maybe. Yeah, I really like that one. That's a great one. Concordia, that's an A tier. There's some cool mechanisms you can do, and that may be the best A tier so far. I really enjoy it. It's a good one. If I'm moving things around, it doesn't really matter too much. Any of these A tiers, like if I played Concordia too much, then I'll want to play Scythe. If I played Scythe too much, I'll want to play Concordia. But generally, the A's are like all interchangeable. Great Western Trail, and I'm ranking them based on what I would want to play with them. I think there's like Argentina or some other version of Great Western Trail. I'll put that I haven't played it, but maybe I've played that version on Board Game. Arnak, haven't played it. Arkham Horror, the card game. When I did play it, I thought it was okay. I think it may be, yeah, we'll put it in the E tier, but it was a good E tier, I guess. Like it, it may just not be my style of a game, unfortunately. Um, like flipping chips, I think was one of the mechanisms, and I thought that was okay. Root, basing this off the feelings of playing it a couple times on the app as the Erie, and then once in real life as the Cats, I think. I like playing the Erie. Cats are alright. I think I played actually all the basic factions on the app, but I played the Erie times. So maybe I have like 6, 7 games logged on the app. Um, and then the cat played in real life. And I thought it was an okay game. I know there's a huge community out there who just loves Root. So me putting it in D or C tier is not going to make a lot of people happy. But yeah, I just got to go with my gut. I'm thinking it's kind of like a C tier, maybe. It's not like, oh my goodness, like blow my socks off, but it's all right. Um, Too Many Bones. All right, so we need to scroll down here. Where are we at? Too Many Bones, number 31 on Gamer. Yeah, I'm following along here. Here we go. Too Many Bones. I haven't played it. Terra Mystica, about the same as Gaia Project. Wingspan. Wingspan, I would say that's going to be a little bit better than Scythe, but still an A tier. Um, yeah, probably around there. Orleans. Orleans, that's going to go in the probably like a B or C tier. Um, put it at the top of C tier. Yeah, that's a fun little bag builder. Uh, but I mean, it used to be like I was gonna think Orleans was the best game ever for me, and the couple of first times I played it, it was really enjoyable. It was so great, but then played it more. So I have never officially ranked Seven Wonders Duels uh, offshoot with the Journey to Middle Earth or the Battle for Middle Earth. I think it is the title. Duel for Middle Earth. Seven Wonders Duel. Or the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth is Seven Wonders Duel. Um, it's not going to be S tier. It's not as good as Seven Wonders Duel in my opinion, but it is a very good game. And I came into it with a lot of hype, so I have to realize like I was thinking this might be better than Seven Wonders Duel. It's hard to catch lightning in a bottle twice. So maybe put it in like an A or B tier, maybe bottom of A tier. We'll still keep it as A tier, just below Scythe. Um, yeah, I thought it was okay. Um, I mean, not just okay. I thought it was brilliant. It's just I would, within the same amount of time, I'd rather play Seven Wonders Duel. But there were some cool mechanisms in it, and I like that the mechanics of Seven Wonders Duel, which are fairly unique, were able to be used in another game, and I want that to happen more often. I think we could catch lightning in a bottle twice. Maybe we put an expansion on Seven Wonders Duel Battle for Middle Earth, or or the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth. Maybe we do it again, and we can or put an expansion in there and see if we can make it work. It's simpler than the regular Seven Wonders Duel. There's vanilla is the simplest. At Agora, it's complex. At Pantheon, it's super complex. But just this Seven Wonders, Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth, it's like a basic version of Seven Wonders. Like it's not even as difficult as the Seven Wonders vanilla to catch. The math of the how do you get resources is taken out of it. I love that part of it. You do a monopoly against your opponent. In this one, you can't do that with this one. I'll have to do a comparison video one day about these two because I spend a lot of time talking about it, and we need to continue. Mage Knight. So Mage Knight. Oh, I haven't played it, but when people were on the forums at BoardGameGeek talking about co-ops, when I was really big into co-ops and I was saying, I want to play the hardest co-ops, they said Mage Knight was a very difficult co-op that I needed to play it if I love those stories. So it's always been on my to-do list to try out Mage Knight. Mirage. So Mirage, I haven't played it. The Crew, the underwater one, unless it's on Board Game Arena, I haven't played it. Everdell. Everdell. Didn't really like that one. I think, yeah, it has some issues in it that I don't. Um, I don't like the 3 rounds, how the 3 rounds work. I don't like the combination of the worker placement and the cards. I don't like that I have to look at somebody else's cards to see what they're doing and go across the table and look, and then they're like, "Oh, why are you looking?" It's like, well, because I don't have the whole card memorized. I don't know what it can do. You guys, I guess you could say that for Terraforming Mars and stuff, but maybe Terraforming Mars wasn't too bad. I was able to draft the cards around, but and then also the thing that I didn't like about Seven Wonders regular was certain things comboed into other things, like automatically like do symbol build. And in Seven Wonders Duel, that's fine. It's more laid out for you how those linking symbols work. But Everdale and Seven Wonders was not as easily laid out. There's too many things to be thinking about all at once. It's not like 4 decisions are in front of you. Take a card from the pyramid. It's like you have all these decisions, and you have to think about all the other cards in the table. Plus, you now have to be thinking about how those cards link in the future. It's just a little bit extra complexity. And then you increase, but Seven Wonders is fine. It works out. It's just a small hit on Seven Wonders. But that issue became another huge issue with Everdell when you added all the expansions in it, and this like Prince Squirrel was able to combo into the Princess Squirrel that he gets for free. Rebuild the Princess Squirrel, and I was just like, this is not for me. I had no idea the Princess Squirrel would be coming out and being free for you. I wish there was like a little page that every single player had in front of them that could show them all the linking symbol builds, and they could do that. I was caught off guard with that. Hated that I had to look over the shoulder of each player at the table to see what all their cards could do before I made my turn. Verdell was not the right answer, not the right move, not the target buy you're looking for. E tier. Okay, viticulture. Viticulture, that was let's see, I think that a B or an A tier. I like a cool thing about viticulture is that I'll put it in B tier. I like that you are able to um you're able to totally ignore wine making. That was very cool. Slay the Spire, haven't played. SETI, haven't played. Hegemony, haven't played. Heat, played it on Board Game Arena a bunch of times, would like to play it in person. I think it's alright. I'll put it C tier or something. Yeah. Alright. Marvel Champions, we're putting that in. We haven't played. Played Marvel United, liked Marvel United. Why is that not in the top 100? It's too simple. I own a Crokinole board, and I've played it. I love it. Love Crokinole. That's an A tier for sure. Almost nearing an S tier. Such a fun time. Bonbon, haven't done. Food Chain Magnet's an interesting one. It's probably the only like D tier that the only D tier so far, but it's the only D tier game that I think could move its way up to an A tier if I could just figure it out. I have this desire to play it again, but a fear because it just one time I played it, it didn't go so well. I just saw a strategy that now I want to continue to try that strategy where I just have workers work and there's no buying of food, no competing in food, and I just try to get just a bunch of workers working for me, and the workers give you the waitress strategy, I think it is. And so I was like, okay, I want to see. I'd maybe want rather play it on a computer, so I want it to be on Board Game Arena. Food Chain Magnet, that would be great. All right, but there was a little bit of fiddliness with it. Underwater Cities. Underwater Cities, haven't played. Pax Premier, haven't played. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, that has fallen for me quite a bit. I know it was people's top one, or the number one game on at one point, um, but it has dropped. But still, 52. Um, I have heard that it is a really good one, and I think we will stop this video here at around like 50 way through, and we'll start up the rest of them. But I'll tell you my ranking for Puerto Rico in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.